Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about how James Gunn, who is the head of DC right now, DC Comic Studios, who is also known to have made the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, advises against watching Guardians 3 on the big screen, on Disney Plus. So let's see what he means, shall we? Director James Gunn encourages fans on social media to watch his latest film, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, in a specific format on Disney Plus. James Gunn has clearly put a lot of care into his films. The level of thought, love, and attention to detail in the projects like Guardians of the Galaxy or The Suicide Squad is a cut above many other contemporary action blockbusters. With that in mind, it should come to no surprise that Gunn extends the same level of thoughtfulness to those who chooses to watch the movie he makes on streaming. So, Marvel Studios' latest film, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Volume 3, recently hit Disney Plus recently. With it came the option to view the movie in two different formats: widescreen, cropped with a black bar on the top and bottom of the screen, and IMAX enhanced, with no black bar and extra parts of a scene visible. Several MCU fans have the option available, allowing viewers to even see more of the frames on films like Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, and more. Okay. According to Volume 3 directors James Gunn on Threads, he prefers the film to be seen in widescreen and lightly advised against taking it through the IMAX aspect ratio. Quote unquote, the widescreen version is mixed aspect ratio and would be my preferred way to watch in your home. Gunn expand on his remarks, knowing that particular moments in Guardians 3 narrative actually corresponds to a specific aspect ratio that were used and that Disney Plus widescreen option is presented in a mixed ratio, meaning that how much a shot getting shown will jump back and forth. Quote unquote, lots of directors shoot in 2.35. The sections in Volume 3 was composed for 1.90 and 2.35 respectively, and the changes comes at a specific point in the storytelling. So it's my preferred way of watching the film or TV, but it's fun to watch the different versions. I like the 3D version too. For comparison's sake, so they showed us so we can have a comparison's sake, they show the widescreen and the IMAX enhanced, and the only difference between the widescreen and IMAX enhanced, that at least the scene that they're showing us, is that Groot is in the shot with Star-Lord, and Groot is standing up. In the widescreen version, we can see like practically this part down. Where the white IMAX enhanced, we can see his full face. To that point, James Gunn clarified on social media that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, when watched in IMAX enhanced, isn't cropped at all. The aspect ratio is unable to switch back and forth during those specific points in the storytelling. James Gunn isn't the only MCU director to expose concerns over Disney Plus's home viewing options. The Doctor Strange director, Scott Derrickson, briefly explained that he never intended for his film to be viewed in his IMAX format at home. James Gunn is a passionate filmmaker. I don't think I ever denied he was. Maybe some people have, but I never did. Anyways, oftentimes professionals in the movie industry are all but about IMAX, saying that their films are meant to be viewed in the format with certain shots and scenes being specifically geared towards the giant uncropped theater screen found in those types of theaters. A recent example of this would be the form of Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Nolan went on record as saying the IMAX was the best, most optional way to experience his film. Optimized visuals aren't the only aspects getting highlighted by filmmakers, though, as Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse producer Phil Lord similarly push for theaters to ensure that the film's audio was turned up loud enough for moviegoers. So to have someone like James Gunn come out and advertise the merit of watching his movie in plain old widescreen, at least, is the comfort of one's own home. Speaks of his character as a filmmaker and how much attention he puts in, as well as how much he values fans being able to get the most out of what he makes. So, like, obviously it's your guys' choice whether you guys choose to watch it in IMAX enhanced or widescreen. But if you guys are wanting to go with James Gunn's choice or recommendation, then do widescreen. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was pretty good. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was the best, purely Marvel made movie since Endgame. Some of y'all might be saying, but what about No Way Home? Yes, it was Marvel film, and it was technically part of the MCU, but Sony has some contribution to it, which is why I'm not counting that. If you're talking about like MCU films, then yeah, Guardians 3, No Way Home were the two best movies, two best content that we got out of the MCU since Endgame. So if you guys have an option to, I would recommend personally watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3, especially since it's the best film. If you want to ignore No Way Home for a second, it's the best film since Avengers Endgame. It's the best product from Marvel. Again, pretending No Way Home just exists since Endgame, in my personal opinion. Highly recommend you guys watch that if you guys haven't already. Anyways, with that said, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. I will talk to you fellow mutants later. Later, taters.